Hi, I'm Wayne Himmelberg with Dominator. Today we're going to demonstrate the unique mechanical braking system with Dominator. The 2x6 on the grass represents edging like you'd have at a house. And we had rain last night, so we were not able to lay sod on the normal job site today, so we're doing it in a parking lot. So this would be edging of a house. I'm going to show you how we can back up and pull the sod right into place, and how much simpler it is to use with the mechanical braking system. As you can see with the braking system, just how easy that was to pull it right to the edging, and just for demonstration purposes, I rolled it right back up. Now I'm going to go ahead and lay it out, and I'm going to make wrinkles like we all run into when we lay sod. I'm actually going to make a big mess, and then I'm going to clean it up and show you how easy it is to do with the mechanical braking system. Good morning, my name is Wayne Himmelberg. I'm the founder of Dominator, the sod lay down machine with a hydraulic braking system. I'm visiting with Tony Papps today. Tony is employed at Applied Controls Incorporated in Grand Island, Nebraska. And Tony did the engineering and design of the integral parts for the hydraulic system on the Dominator. And Tony, why don't you tell us some of the challenges that you had with the Dominator system, and what you were up against when you helped us design this.
When Wayne came in, he was talking about a sod unroller and a braking system, and the challenges we ran into on a rental type application or buying it, there were so many different equipment that you attach it to. We had to design a hydraulic system that would accommodate anything from 5 gallon per minute to 40 gallon in some of the high flow units. And we accomplished that by some hydraulic valving and whatnot. The other problem we ran into, not a problem, but what we did was on the braking system, we only wanted to allow so much PSI or pressure so we didn't damage the sod, and I think we've accomplished that too with the braking system.
Yeah, Tony, it was really great working with you on this. We had a lot of fun working with you. I know when I had the machine over here, you had gauges hooked everywhere. Why don't you tell us what that was about?
The reason we had the gauges hooked up, what we were trying to accomplish there was, like I said, on the PSI, so we didn't damage the sod on the braking system coming back in, so we needed to check pressures on the pressure side and then the return line, so we got the speed and the acceleration and deceleration of the cylinder, so accommodate everybody, and it would be fast enough for them, or in some cases slow enough so you didn't damage the tractor or the sod or the unit.
Yeah, I know that was one thing we talked about. We didn't want to, we wanted to, whatever we hooked it to, we wanted it to be protected, and we sure did we accomplished that. The guys that have used them have not had any hiccups whatsoever with any of the system.
No, we had, there was a particular customer here in Grand Island had bought one. He come in and he says exactly what you're talking about, that they didn't have any problems with the hydraulic pressure. The braking system was right, and the speed was what he was looking for.
Okay. Well, Tony, is there anything else that you'd like to add? By the way, if you decide to lay sod, would you use one of these on your own?
Yeah, I would. Well, I really would. I've kind of looked on the internet and didn't really see anything out there that would work as good as this. And yes, I would. I've seen it work in the field, and I definitely would rent one or buy one.
Well, Tony, it was really fun working with you on this project, and we appreciate everything you've done for us, and we thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
We're visiting with Carl Dietrich. Carl Dietrich is a new employee or fairly new employee at Applied Controls in Grand Island. And Carl, I was in here one day ordering parts from Tony, and you overheard me talk about the Dominator, and you said that you had rented one from a sod farm and had used it. So would you tell us just a little bit about what happened that day that you actually rented a Dominator and used it?
Sure. We recently built a new house and we were putting our yard in, and I contacted Rick Sod Farm here in Grand Island, and he had told us about this the Dominator. Rick at Rick Sod Farm had said, you know, that this uncoiler was really easy to operate, that you didn't have to have a lot of experience on it. And when he brought the sod out, he had showed us a piece of equipment, helped me hook it up onto the tractor, and gave me about a 10-minute demonstration on it. And we were able to lay 14,400 square foot of sod in about a 9-hour period. I had about 6 people helping me. It was probably the easiest sod I've ever laid in my life.
Carl, have you ever laid sod before?
Probably just the little squares, less than 100 square foot of it. So by no means am I experienced in laying sod.
So the machine was easy for you, even as just walking off the street, basically, per se, and a machine you've never seen before, and you was able to make it work for you, and really easy, right?
Oh, without a doubt. Without a doubt. It was really easy to operate. Controls were really simple. Nothing was complicated at all about it.
The Dominator has a hydraulic braking system. Did you use that braking system when you did lay your sod?
Oh, yes, you had to. That it was very important starting and stopping, and there were certain periods where to take up the slack on the roll as you were unrolling it, stretch it out and get it smoothed out. It was definitely an important part.
And then when you said you had some rolling hills also at your yard, and then your guys were on the ground, would ask you to stretch. Tell us just a little bit how that worked.
Well, as I was on the tractor, and as I would unroll it, I had guys help, and they would align the sod as it was unrolled, and they would, as I'm driving the tractor, I have to keep an eye on where I'm going. I'm not watching the roll unroll. They would holler at me and they would say stretch, and they were basically telling me to pull the slack out of the sod, and that's where that brake came in handy. That you drop the brake down onto the roll, and it would pull the roll tight again.
Okay. Also, when the sod roll gets towards the end of it, it tends to unroll fast.
Oh, real fast. It tends to unroll real fast, and the brake really helps on that, yes.
Okay. Well, Carl, we appreciate you sharing your experiences with us today. You have anything else you'd like to add about the Dominator?
Well, it's really, really easy to use and operate.